Alabama. Dang. Because we always hit the nail on the head. So check this out, my Miami Hurricane fans, my Florida State Seminole fans, and my Florida Gator fans. Week one is in the wraps. And of course, preseason polls are no longer needed. Games have been played, some top 10 matchups, this, that, and the third, some upsets, and everything like that, especially here in the Big Three. Miami played, Florida played, and of course, the Florida State Seminoles shocked the world. So obviously, preseason poll, let me pop that on the screen for you guys real quick so you guys can see what it was before, and now you guys can see what it will be this week. Yes, there are updates, major updates. So let me go ahead and shift it over and here give you guys a better view, a bigger view. So obviously, this right here was week 0, was preseason. Nobody played a game yet. Texas came into this thing number 1, Penn State number 2. I'm just gonna go through the top 10. Everything after the top 10 is not important. That's tough, Florida Gator fans. Deal with it. But Texas 1, Penn State 2, Ohio State number 3, Clemson 4, Georgia 5, Notre Dame 6, Oregon 7, Alabama 8, LSU at 9, and of course the Miami Hurricane rounds it off at number 10. So obviously games got played. Within this top 10 right here, there was a few key marquee matchups, must-watch games, prime time, you name it. First off, you had Arch Manning coming out at Texas. This was his debut. He was going up to the Ohio State to take on none other than probably one of the biggest phenomenon in football, in college football, in Jeremiah Smith and the rest of them. Nobody really care about the rest of Ohio State. That's stuff Ohio State fans deal with it. Now, Texas did lose that match. They lost by 14. So close game between 1 and 3. Penn State played nobody. Clemson, on the other hand, they took on LSU. Clemson coming in at number 4, LSU at number 9. Close game also. LSU wins. Georgia plays nobody. Marshall, well, there was a guy on Marshall team that was talking a lot of smack. Didn't quite back it up. Georgia beat the bejesus out of them. Nothing to see there. Number 6, Notre Dame takes on the Miami Hurricane, our Miami Hurricane. They went down to Hard Rock on a Sunday night. Prime time, no other games. All eyes on this game. Now, I did see a fact today posted by Hard Rock. This was the number 1 game that everybody betted on. So, if I'm a Miami Hurricane fan, I know that not only did we beat Notre Dame, but Florida State fans lost money and Florida Gators lost money. I know they betted against us. They probably was the majority of the people that betted against us. That's tough. They praying on our downfall and God ain't listening. That's tough. Now, number 7, Oregon, they handle business, played nobody. Alabama takes on FSU. At FSU, newly renovated stadium. FSU fans, you guys can tell me in the chat which one of you guys went to the game. Also, what did you see? Did you like the upgrades, this, that, and the third? I know you liked the game because you shocked the world. You beat Alabama 31-17. Great win, Nose. Great win. Don't get above yourself now. We're still going to beat the brakes off y'all. Don't get above yourself. Now, AP poll, of course. We had to wait a little bit. North Carolina took on TCU last night. Absolutely destroyed. Belichick, oh my God. Without Tom Brady and probably Gronkowski, I don't think North Carolina will be anything with Belichick. That's tough. He still got a young girlfriend, though. That's something to talk about. But there ain't nothing to talk about when it comes to North Carolina football. That was a total embarrassment. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and update you guys with the new AP poll after all the matchups that happened, after all the games went down. Bam! Looks a little different, don't it? Ohio State takes the number 1 spot. Penn State stays at number 2. LSU gets a boost up from number 9 all the way to number 3. And you got Georgia bumping down just 1. Obviously, Clemson was in that 4th spot, no longer. Boom, Georgia's at number 4, and the Miami Hurricanes comes in at number 5 this week. Now, this week, Miami does take on Bethune-Cookman. I do believe Miami will blow out Bethune-Cookman and probably won't be no movement in this top 25, top 24, top 20, I meant top 10 or anything like that. I don't believe so unless there's my upset alert. My upset alert. I'm going to go out of my way to go below the top 10. I normally don't do that because, Miami's at top 5. We was top 10 last week. I'm going to have to go out of my way for you Florida Gator fans. Now, you're not going to like this. You're obviously not. USF took on the number 25 team in Boise State. Now, I know it's not the Boise State of last year, but it's also not the same USF team of last year either. They won comfortably. I'm gonna put the Florida Gators on upset alert this week. Now, clearly, Florida could win this game. DJ Lagway could come out and do 10 times better than he did in this last game. He didn't do much. He didn't have to. The run game was on. They didn't play nobody. They played a high school team, Long Island T or something like that. Long Island T. I think that's who they played. Some high school team. So this week, Florida will be challenged a little bit. Not quite sure how USF shows up, but if they shows up like they show up in week 1, we might have a great matchup here. And I will be putting the Florida Gators on upset alert. Upset alert. Upset alert. Florida State, you have nothing to worry about. You pay East Texas A&M or something like that. Miami plays Bethune-Cookman. We're going to sit back this week and watch Florida take on a mid team because, Miami and Florida State took on powerhouses in the first week while Florida, drank Long Island tea. That's tough. So clearing it out now. Georgia is now the number 4 team in the country. And then you have the Miami Hurricane at number 5 after beating Notre Dame 27-24 in typical Cardiac Cane fashion. Nonetheless, big win. Miami got the job done. I don't think there's anybody else on Miami's schedule at the caliber of a Notre Dame. So this should be a straightforward 12-0, dog. 12-0. That's tough. Call me a delusional fan in the chat if you want to, but I stand on business. 12-0. Oregon at number 6. They moved down 1 spot. Texas drops to 7, obviously. I didn't think they were going to drop out of the top 10, especially with some of the losses that did happen. Now, Clemson, they also dropped from number 4 all the way down to number 8. Notre Dame drops from 6 to 9. And North Carolina, my bad. Bill Belichick, I'm just adding salt to the wounds right now. But South Carolina has entered the top 10. South Carolina. Man, them Gamecocks making a statement for themselves. Now, if you look at this AP poll, then you'll say, all right, you got the Big Ten leading it with the 1 and 2 team. Then you got the SEC following up with LSU and Georgia, obviously. Leading it out right now for the ACC is Miami. And then you got Big Ten, Oregon, SEC, Texas. You got another ACC team in there in Clemson still hanging on. Notre Dame is independent. And then you got another SEC team in there. No Big 12. That's tough, Big 12. Get your act together. Be a better conference. That's tough. That's your AP poll. Do you think Miami is ranked too high? Do they deserve to be at number 5? Do you believe they should be a little bit higher? Do you believe they should be a little bit lower? Let me know. Florida State is now ranked this week. They are ranked after beating Alabama, embarrassing fashion. Florida State comes in at number 14, right behind the Florida Gators. Florida State fans, tell me how you guys feel about that. Do you think you're ranked too high? Do you think you're ranked too low? Can Florida State carry this hype throughout the season, or at least to the Miami game? Keep winning, and your schedule shouldn't be that bad for you. Not to make it to Miami with at least a decent record. So when we beat the brakes off you, it looks a lot better. But guys, get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. AP poll week 2 is out. Go check it out. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. And obviously, we're gonna watch the gameplay. It's a little boring this week, but upset alert, like I told you guys, Florida versus USF. That's the game I will be watching this week. Catch you guys in the next video.